Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mrs. Richard, could you, is it your understanding that the President still intends to bring about 10,000 Syrian refugees into the country this year?
Yes, sir.
Could you tell the American taxpayer approximately what it costs per refugee per year to bring them here?
I don't have a per refugee cost. The overall program, though, is when you add together the costs of the State Department, Department of Homeland Security, and Health and Human Services that provides assistance to the states to help refugees once they're here, is close to $1 billion.
I'd heard a number about 84,000 per refugee. Does that sound reasonable?
I'll have to double check that. I didn't have that.
Okay. What percentage of the 10,000 refugees would be fighting age men?
So far, we are putting a priority on bringing people who are the most vulnerable. So we have only brought 2%. So far, only 2% of the ones we've brought, the Syrians we've brought, are fighting age men who are traveling without any family. So it would be a higher percentage in terms of fighting age men who are traveling with family. But the 2% number you may have heard is the ones who come as single without family attachment or ties.
I would just hope that next time America gets attacked, that our fighting age men don't want to resettle somewhere else. I hope they would stay and fight for our freedom. Mr. Bergen, you said about 20 million people come on the visa waiver program each year, or Burson, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and did I hear that about 400,000 overstay?
That's in the range of the estimate made. Yes, sir.
Okay, what are the repercussions for overstaying your visa?
So if it has two, one potentially legal and one in terms of your attempt to come back in to the country after using the ESTA. So I indicated there is a Immigration Customs Enforcement unit called the Counterterrorism and Criminal Exploitation Unit that tracks the overstays, and there have been relatively few, but some prosecutions for overstay. There have been removals of people who have overstayed, administratively deported.
So out of 400,000 who've come here, you've opened 113 cases. So there's not much repercussion for breaking the law for overstaying your visa.
The main sanction that's applied, sir, is inability to get back into the country, depending on the facts of your particular overstay.
How many of the terrorists that perpetrated 9/11 had overstayed their visa?
A number of them, sir, of the 19.
So we need to do much better. The Syrian refugees. How many of the Syrian refugees have been arrested in other countries in 2015 and have been accused of supporting the Islamic State?
I'm not aware of that number as we speak. If we have that information, we can certainly.
Okay, and we
I'm not aware,
probably
I'm not
actually
aware
don't
of that
really know, do we? We really probably couldn't get that information due to the lack of infrastructure in Syria.
And I want to make sure I understand the question. This is individuals now in Europe. Is that your question, or?
In Europe, yes.
I see. Yeah, I don't know, and I doubt actually that we would have that information.
But Ms. Richards said we're going to go ahead and bring 10,000 Syrian refugees into the country. President Obama said we're going to go ahead and do this, but yet even the FBI director said there's no way that we can vet these people because we can't access the Syrian database. Bashar al-Assad is not going to help us tell us who the good ones and the bad ones are. So wouldn't it make sense to halt this program until we can tell the American people that we can safely protect them?
Yeah. In addition to the FBI director that was played on TV earlier, the FBI director has also acknowledged that our vetting process is an extremely tough and thorough vetting process that involves multiple interviews, queries against multiple databases. So I don't think that was ever what the FBI director said.
I think it was exactly what he said. He said that we don't have access to any records because we have no cooperation with the Syrian government, so we cannot adequately vet these people, correct?
There is considerable data that we use, as I have repeated many times. In fact, there have been people who have been denied refugee status because of information that we found in law enforcement and intelligence databases, as well as hundreds of people that have been placed on hold, either because of what was in those databases or that in combination with information discovered during interviews. And in fact, that has been acknowledged by Director Comey. Again, you can play one passage on TV. That is not the totality of what Director Comey has said about our screening process.
Well, I appreciate your confidence, but if we're bringing 10,000 refugees and we miss just 1%, that's 100 terrorists. It didn't take that many in Paris, and it certainly didn't take that many in San Bernardino.
Thank the gentleman.